Hi, and welcome to night 3 of the 84th Annual National Trail Conference Boys Basketball Tournament at Altamont Community High School. I'm Greg Sapp, Matt Robinson alongside, Brian Dust back at the studios, and Wayne Moran here getting ready to bring you all the visual of this. Glad to have you with us here tonight on 97.9 XFM. Reminder that we will again be live video streaming. Just go to our YouTube channel and you'll be able to watch wherever you're located, anywhere all around the world where you have internet connection. So check it out. We've had great response, and thanks to everybody who's contacted us all over the country to let us know they are listening and or viewing, and we appreciate that. Should be a couple of interesting ball games tonight. Altamont, the home school and the second seed, will take on the South Central Cougars in our opener. Nightcap will be the Dietrich Moving Maroons and the Neoga Indians. So we have a couple of Indians, but they're not playing each other at least tonight. That could happen Friday night, but we'll see. Anyway, crowd's starting to gather. Got some folks from South Central Country, a lot of folks from Altamont, of course, and we look forward to having a lot of fun tonight. Let's go ahead and take a pregame break. We'll be back with pregame information on Altamont and South Central here on 97.9 XFM.
Browns.
For a doubleheader of high school basketball for you tonight. Coming up next, it'll be a battle between Altamont and South Central. We talked earlier in the week, Matt, about the fact that 8 of the 9 schools are in double digits in wins coming in to this week. That's as much parity as I can ever remember here.
Yeah, and that's the thing that we talked about, even going back years ago when Teutopolis went ahead and dropped out of the conference, and you brought in teams like South Central and Louisville North Clay, and then with a combination with teams co-oping like St. Elmo and Brownstown and Windsor and Sioux Straws and Cowden, Herrick, and Beecher City, it created this situation where we've got a lot of quality and balance amongst these teams that are in the National Trail Conference Tournament. And just look at the records. You got the 2 seed at 11-9. You've got the 7 seed coming in at 11-8 on the season. And you look at that and you think, wow, how is that close between the 2 and the 7? Well, the strength of schedule for Altamont is what kicked them up all the way to the 2 seed. They have played only a handful of games against 1A teams as they've been involved in the Effingham tournament, Effingham Teutopolis Christmas Classic, that is. They played at Cumberland's Thanksgiving tournament where they ran into some 2 and 3A teams. So, but still, all that being said, I expect South Central to give Altamont a really good game tonight.
South Central has a lot of talent. They are doing well this year under their first-year coach, and Blake Doring, graduate of Vandalia High School, went up and coached, I think, Villa Grove. I keep saying Villa Grove, but I'm probably wrong. It's one of those 2-name schools up in central Illinois, and then had the opportunity to go to work on the Effingham High School staff and coached under Ron Reed and Rem Woodruff for a couple of years, and then had the opportunity to go to South Central. And he is not only the basketball coach, but he's the athletic director at South Central, because Jamie had an opportunity to move up to the high school principal's job at South Central. So suffice to say, it's been a good fit for Blake. And Kenny's wife and the boys, the twins, are looking like they're enjoying themselves down there.
And the kids are getting to know him. He's getting to know the kids. And anytime you have a first-year head coach, it takes a while to get that program going in the direction that the coach kind of has it envisioned. And it's one of those situations where you can play all the summer ball that you do. You have all the practices before the season. But until you really get into that high school campaign, you still have a lot to figure out for the coach and the kids when they get used to one another.
Never know what somebody's going to do in a given situation until the situation presents itself. That's exactly right. So that gives you an idea about South Central. But Altamont, under John Nieberge, they've had an interesting year, and looks like after going, again, 2-2 in the Effingham Teutopolis Christmas Classic, is playing some pretty good basketball. And they're starting to get some depth, too. And that's one thing that they might have needed at the start of the season, but now John knows who he can count on in a pinch.
Yeah, and part of that was because of a situation that you don't really like to see. Noah Teasley was ill for a long stretch there, and it really hit him hard. So he missed a few games, and he is bouncing back, and it seems to be getting back to full strength for the Indians, but that's put them in a spot where a couple other players had to step up, like Jared Coleman. And Caden Earhart's been coming off the bench throughout the season as well, and they've done a nice job there for the Indians.
So it looks like we ought to have a fun one here in this first of our doubleheader. Remember, 2 tonight, 3 tomorrow night, 2 on Friday, and 4 on Saturday to wrap up this 84th annual National Trail Conference Tournament. Take a break. We'll look at the starting lineups for Game 1 in just a moment on 97.9 XFM.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciated